I request each one to take a comfortable position for prayer. I invite students of the second HEPS to lead us into a prayer song.
When you are discouraged, thinking all is lost, count your many blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done.
Man's main task in life is to give birth to himself, to become what he or she potentially is. The most important product of his effort is his own personality. It's a great honor and my privilege to welcome our esteemed guest, the resource person of the day, Dr. Mallikarjuna KH. Sir, on behalf of our director for Mallikarjuna SJ, Principal Mr. Hariyappa Halagi sir, and Vice Principal Ms. Sri Kalaman, together with all the faculties and the students, sir, I extend a very warm welcome to this program. And we also have amongst us Prasanna Kumar sir, the coordinator of Deccan, who will welcome us at this program. I extend my warmest welcome to our director, Reverend Father Mallikarjuna SJ, our inspiration. We have our principal, Mr. Adivappa Halagi sir, a great source of inspiration and support. We welcome you sir to this program. The Deccan Herald workshop on career guidance, conducted by Dr. Mallikarjuna KH, sir, is here amongst us. So let's all give us one more loud round of applause. So once again, I welcome you all to this wonderful workshop on career guidance. And next thing, I call upon Shivkumar sir onto the dais to give us a short introduction on the profile of Dr. Mallikarjuna KH.
ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ KH ಅವರು ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟೆಕ್ ಮತ್ತು ತರಬೇತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ 25 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಅನುಭವ ಹೊಂದಿರುವ ನಿಪುಣ ವೃತ್ತಿಪರರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾಯಕತ್ವ, ಜೀವನ ಮೌಲ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಯೋಗ ತರಬೇತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಡಾಕ್ಟರೇಟ್ ನೀಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ವಿಕಸನದಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಿಣಿತಿ ಹೊಂದಿರುವ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ ಅವರು ಕಳೆದ 15 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಕೌಶಲ್ಯ ತರಬೇತಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ NSTI ಮತ್ತು ಡೆಕ್ಕನ್ ಹೆರಾಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ದಿನಪತ್ರಿಕೆಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ವಿಕಸನ ತರಬೇತುದಾರರಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಡಿಸ್ನೆಟ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ, ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ತರಬೇತಿ ಮತ್ತು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೇಂದ್ರೀಕರಿಸಿದ ಕಂಪನಿಯಾಗಿರುವ ಅವರ ಪರಿಣಿತಿಯು ಮೃದು ಕೌಶಲ್ಯಗಳು, ನಾಯಕತ್ವ ಮತ್ತು ತಂಡ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಸೇರಿದಂತೆ ಹಲವು ಡೊಮೇನ್ಗಳನ್ನು ವ್ಯಾಪಿಸಿದೆ. ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ ಅವರು ಹಲವಾರು ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಿಗೆ ತರಬೇತು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿ ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸತತವಾಗಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ಸಾಧಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ತರಬೇತಿ ಪಡೆದವರ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ಮತ್ತು ವೃತ್ತಿಪರ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆಗೆ ಕೊಡುಗೆ ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಕೌಶಲ್ಯ ಹೊಂದಿರುವಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರನ್ನ ಹಾಗೆ ಅವರ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯಗಳನ್ನ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಗೈಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನ ತಿಳಿಸಿಕೊಡಬೇಕೆಂದು ನಾನು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಸರ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂಚೂರು ಇದೆ ನಾನು ಈ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಒಂಚೂರು ಇದೆ
Dear students, this is a special occasion and also it is a privilege as you already invoked the blessing. It's a blessing because we could have chosen other students, but you are the lucky ones or blessed. So therefore pay attention, grasp as much as possible. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಷಯಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ಲೈಫ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಸಿಗುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜಾಬ್ಗೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ಗೆ ಸಿಗುವಂಥದ್ದು. Therefore, well experienced person and he gives in total way, in total view. So kindly pay attention and grasp as much as possible. If it is possible, after this, kindly write something on these and put it on your notice boards so that everybody knows what you have gained something on this. So wish you all the best.
Guys, happy morning. It is going to be 1 o'clock and your Madhya Pradesh is saying, I want to eat, I want to eat. And between this Madhya Pradesh and this 2 hours, I have been introduced in order to see to it. I throw certain lights and see to it that these twinkling stars will not remain here, they will remain there. Let me tell this beautifully. Nothing in life happens out of coincidence. You were not born out of coincidence. There was a time when Mother Teresa was required and she was born, and there was a time when Gandhiji was required and he was born. In the same manner, right now there is this time where you were a need to be born and you were born. One of the greatest gifts what God has given all of us is, all of us are born equal. If you have any doubt, you can call Tendulkar and ask, not Tendulkar because he will not know, call his mom and ask. Ma'am, when Tendulkar came out of your womb, was he holding a bat and you recognize that he's going to become a batsman? No. Ma'am, you ask so-called Abdul Kalam's mother also. Ma'am, when Abdul ji was coming out of the mother's womb, was he neatly combed and was he appearing as though he's going to become the next scientist studying in one of the Loyola schools only? No. The greatest gift God has given all of us are, we are born equals, but the return gift that we will have to give back to God is, shall I live this life so fruitfully, God should feel proud that He did not waste one human being. Always remember, all of you are chosen ones. Why do I say you are chosen ones? See, we could have been born as any such species. ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಯಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಬಹುದಿತ್ತು, ಒಂದು ಬರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಬಹುದಿತ್ತು, ಒಂದು ಅಕ್ವೇರಿಯಂ ಫಿಶ್ ಆಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಬಹುದಿತ್ತು, ಒಂದು ಬಗ್ ಆಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಬಹುದಿತ್ತು. We could have been born as any such living creature, even a microorganism which is not even visible to our naked eye. But God has actually selected you and given the greatest living, that is being born as human. Once this greatest living has been gifted onto you, it is your responsibility to live a life legendary. Why? All of us are born equal. Why is this career guidance required? Career guidance is required in order to tell you, you are not ordinary. You are that master's piece and you are that masterpiece. But if you don't believe that you are a masterpiece, even he cannot help. Always remember, nothing is there in this life that you can do on your own strength. On your own strength, you cannot wink your eye also on your own strength, and everything is happening because of thy will. Nothing is happening because of your strength. When you know that everything is happening because of thy will, you will have to actually believe in him. Most of the time, the fear in you is high because you forget he is not there in you. The moment you forget that he is not there in you, automatically you will start fearing that, how can I do this? There are a lot of people who have done humongous things. A simple chaiwala becomes so-called one of the best prime ministers the world has ever seen. A very simple fisherman's son becomes the greatest scientist, Abdul Kalam. A newspaper boy who used to throw newspaper on the streets of American cities, he becomes the greatest Abraham Lincoln, one of the greatest presidents the world has ever seen. When we know all this is possible from very ordinary people, these were possible because they had a right kind of career guidance in their life. And that incidental event is happening right now today. Nothing in life happens out of coincidence. Today it was written in your destiny, in my destiny, that I am going to meet you, and in your destiny that you are going to meet me. And who is going to actually organize it? Yes, definitely there are a lot of important people who are responsible for this to happen. But when an opportunity like this comes and hits you and it tries to transform you, you should be ready and say, yes, I am ready to transform. Opportunities will never come again and again, but once the opportunity hits you, you should grab it in both the hands. Clement Stone very beautifully told, if you think you can and if you think you cannot, both the ways you are right. Those of you who did not take arts, you took up commerce because you felt this commerce is going to make a difference. Because you strongly felt this commerce is definitely going to make a difference. And when you feel so, it shall make a difference. The fisherman's son knew that his studies has to make a difference. Though his brothers did not actually concentrate on studies, he decided, come what may, I need to study and I need to go up. And that way he chose the right kind of choices. Always remember, the best way to tell about our entire birth and death is, we call it as a BCD living. All of you repeat? BCD living. Once again, BCD living. What is this BCD living? B is, I have been born. Death is, yes, I am going to die. These two are fixed. It is not in your hands. Did you decide you are going to be born for them? No. So it has already been decided. And have you already decided how are you going to die? No. The death is already decided. But where is the place where you can take choice? In the sea. Between this birth, between this death, the choices will be yours. A chaiwala made the right kind of choices day in, day out, so that he could see himself as one of the most admired prime minister. This fisherman's son kept on making the right choices, and every such right choices took him up, and he finally becomes the greatest scientist. The paper boy, he was also given a choice, and he kept on making the right kind of choices, and he becomes the greatest president. And this lady who comes in an exchange program, in a teacher's exchange program, she decided that her choices, can I help all the poor people in the world to have actually a care where they need not pay any money, and just with charity they shall be treated. And this vision was too big for her. She kept on making the right choices, and from so-called ordinary teacher, she becomes Mother Teresa, the greatest saint. And all these were possible because choices were in their hands. Right now, choices is there in each and every one of your hand. What choices you make is going to tell where you are going to reach. But when you make a choices, because I am talking about career guidance, make a choice which is painful. Why? The trick is, when there is pain, definitely there is gain. If you are making a choice which is not painful, which is pleasurable, then for every initial pleasure, there is a permanent pain awaiting in the future. Instead, for every initial pain, there is a permanent pleasure awaiting. In the same manner, for every initial pleasure, there is a permanent pain. So your choice has to be, let me honestly make a painful choice. Getting up early in the morning at 4 o'clock. It is a painful choice. But when you consistently keep on making that C right, I am born, I am going to die, I have an option of taking the right kind of choices. I'll make the right kind of choice. I will keep on waking up at 4 o'clock, studying, keep on waking up at 4 o'clock, studying, and after the consistent studies for 1 year, when my examination results are announced, I tap myself and say, wow, it was painful. But finally, I see that pleasurable result, and that result is permanent, and nobody can take back that result from you. And it is going to not even die after you die, because people still say Abdul Kalam had completed plus 2 and his percentage was this. So you have a choice to make. And let me also tell you, if any of these great personalities have become successful, it is not because of anybody else, it was only because of themselves. So let me make this beautiful statement. We always ask this, Dushman kahan hai? Again I am asking you, Dushman kahan hai? Bagal mein hai. No, Dushman bagal mein nahi hai. Dushman andar hai. If Abdul Kalam was successful, dost kahan the? Dost andar hi tha. If you are successful, it is only because of you, the right, see what you made, and if you are a failure, it is only because of you. When success and failure is only dependent on you, why do you blame the neighbor? Dushman bagal mein nahi hai. Dushman kahan hai? Andar hai. Take your right hand. Dushman kahan hai? Andar hai. You are the dushman of your success. Can I change that? Again, there is a choice. I don't want to be a dushman of myself. Can I become a dost of myself? Becoming the dost of yourself can take an ordinary teacher to become a Mother Teresa. Why? They regularly started taking pain day in, day out. It was not an easy task. She decided, I'm going to help enough poor people. Do you think people came up to Mother Teresa and told, Mother Teresa, please take this? Nobody even knew her by name. It was a painful experience, but she consistently kept on taking pain because she knew in God's book, denial is not there. Again, I am telling you, in God's book, denial is not there, delay will be there. But when delay is there, you should keep on holding on to that dream until and unless it becomes actually true. Holding on to the dream is only your responsibility. Fulfilling the dream is his responsibility. He will never give up. Let me make you understand what I mean by he will never give up. There was this great gentleman who lived a life which was something to be told about. He helped everybody who were in need. He never spoke any lie. He was always truthful to himself. He was God-loving. He was a man of prayers. He dies. Definitely, heaven's door opened and he was about to get in there. When he was about to get in there, he wanted to see the path and the choices what he has made from the time he was born to the time when he dies. The entire path. So, as he was visualizing this path, he observed at some stage of his life, there were two pair of footsteps. He naturally understands me and God. But some other stages of life, he was only seeing one pair of footsteps. He was totally confused. But there was a bigger confusion because when he went into analyzing those entire footsteps, when it was happy times, he saw two pair of footsteps. When it was sorrowful time, he only saw one pair of footsteps. And he was confused. He wanted to ask God, and as soon as the door opens, God himself says, I know what your question is. My loving son, you have understood things right, but there is one misunderstanding. During happier times, you think you held my hand and you went? No. When will we remember Venkataramana? Sankata Bandaga Venkatamana. Don't do this. Irrespective of, in spite of whatever it is, whether it is Sankata or whether it is no Sankata, Venkatamana should be remembered. That is what is gratitude towards whatever God has gifted onto you. What if you were a bug? So you should have this gratitude. Oh God, thank you for so many beautiful things. You think you are not blessed? No, you are the most blessed ones, my dear friends. You are the most blessed ones. Because you have a mother or a father, or most of you have both mother and father who is loving and caring. Go to an orphanage, you will realize there are somebody who are deprived of both. You have a mind which can think. You visit Nimmans where there is a mentally retarded patient's entire floor has been actually given to them. When you look at them, they even cannot do normal nature callable things, and that is how their brain development has happened. You have two beautiful eyes, you can see. If you have touched +1, if you have touched 10, that means your knowledge is really among us. You are already at an higher pedestal. Now, whether you will hit and become a greatest Prime Minister, whether you will become the greatest saint, or whether you will become the president, the choice is yours. Nobody could even imagine people living as tribals. All of you know what tribal means. Tribal means people who live in the deep jungle where they don't have anything called as education system is not there, and they live in the deepest forest with animals, and there is nothing like civilization there. From there a lady was born, and she wanted to make enough difference to all the tribals. She keeps on taking the right kind of choices between birth and death. Choice was hers. She took on making right kind of choices, and today we are happy and we are honored to have Draupadi Murmu as a president of India. It's a great honor. But look at the place you guys are born. You were born in Bangalore city. How blessed are you? She was born in a place where there was nothing like assuming a school. It's a forest. There actually people who live there are called as cannibals. They eat raw meat. That is the kind of namings what we do when we say cannibals. We don't say people living in the forest. We say cannibals. From there, if she has raised herself up to become the president of India, you should ask yourself this question: how nicely I am already placed. Why can't I become better than that? Choice is yours. In Bhagwan's book, there is nothing called as denial. Delay will be there. But are you ready to wait for that delay? Most of you, a little difficulty when it starts pushing up, you give up. God cannot help you when you also give up. He can only help those who are ready to help yourself. At least you should stand there. Na? The next ball is coming. I am at the slick. I should stand there eagerly waiting for the ball. I don't stand there and I wait for the ball to come. I can catch it. No. You will have to wait for that ball to come. It may not come this ball, it may not be this, it may not be this time, but finally it comes, and when it finally comes, you will have to catch. If you don't catch, you are not a player. Same thing in life, opportunities will knock. When the opportunities knock, you will have to grab with both the hands and say, I shall do it. Why? Because you are not doing it. You and he put together are doing it, so you say, we shall do it. Coming back to the same story. As soon as he saw that, he told, during happy times you are not ready to hold my hand also, but I held your hand and I was following you up because I am a co-author of your destination, my loving son. And your doubt is right. During sorrowful moment, it was not your footsteps. You have misunderstood that as your footsteps. It is my footsteps. When you did not have energy to even raise yourself, I have carried you all along. And ask yourself in your past, there were difficult times. And you know, God would have carried you through and you would be surprised, how did I get through this problem? 10th standard exam, it looked like a dinosaurus is attacking you. Every subject is coming like a dinosaurus, and you went inside the examination hall thinking of all the Venkatramanas, and then he carried you along. But If you did not dare to go there, nobody can help you. Again, I am telling you, God is ready to help those who are ready to help themselves. And life will not be easy. None of these great people had a life so easy. Mother Teresa decided. As a teacher, she decided, I shall start not 1 or 2 hospitals. I will have hundreds of hospitals, actually in all the places that I can think of. Because there are poor people everywhere. And you should look at a conviction. Because most of us are living life out of convenience. Convenience means comfort zone. Convenience means pleasurable activities. You like pleasure, you want to sit in pleasurable place, you want that comfort zone, because going outside the comfort zone is a painful experience. You are not ready. So how is your life? Your life is going with lot of convenience. Life should not be taken out of convenience. Life should always be taken out of conviction. And there should not be a second down line. It was a beautiful such occasion when Mother Teresa decides that she just wants to help these poor people, and her only vision is, I need to build as many hospitals as possible. She goes up to the principal where she was working as a teacher, hands over her resignation, and she says, sir, here is my resignation. I want to do something to the poor people. I want to start my own chain of hospitals. These were her wordings. Look at the confidence. And immediately the principal told, Amma, do you have at least 1 penny with you? No, sir. And you are planning to start chain of hospitals? Yes, sir. I will hold on to this resignation letter. You go, give a try. If it does not happen, you can always come back and work. Do you know what did she say? Sir, if I say it is not going to happen, it shall not happen. But let me tell you, sir, with this 1 penny and God on my side, miracles are possible. And miracles were possible. Okay, now she has decided. Now she will start traveling and people will come and keep on giving her funds. No. She has faced the most worst situations. Let me explain how her conviction was. How her love towards people was. Unconditional love. Yours also has to be unconditional love towards that goal what you want to achieve. Everybody starts with this only. Everybody starts with A only. But where are you going to reach? The choice has to be made by you. Who is going to help you? That is not your responsibility. He will take care. You will have to make the choice. Mujhe ye banna hai. That's all. And hold on to that. Take few baby steps. Rest, he will take care. Same thing here also. She was in a serious mission that she wanted to collect funds to build hospitals. It's not easy. One such day on a Calcutta MG Road is there in all the cities. MG Road is such a crowded place where all the rich ones come there, and there are a lot of shopping malls, there are a lot of business restaurants. One such heavy, stinkingly rich businessman had a bad meeting with one of his co-partner, and then he comes out of the hotel. After he comes out of the hotel, he is disturbed. There were this group of missionaries who were supporting the then Mother Teresa, and they were trying to collect funds. So there was a small banner where a lot of these poor people who needs medication is being shown, and they were asking, will you please help us, we want to build hospitals, we need to buy medicines. Because he was already disturbed, he actually scolds them with all such bad words, and he is about to move. See, assuming he is here are the people who have come, and he says, you idiots, you don't have any work to do, why are you bothering me? And he's trying to move like this. But before moving also, he turns back and he's consistently scolding, useless people, useless people. As he's doing, Mother Teresa is standing here. Now after he's scolding, he dashes into her and he turns. As soon as he turns, Mother Teresa with a white bowl in her hand, she goes up to him and says, so sorry sir, you seem to be disturbed. I'm in an helpless state. I need to help these poor people. Every hour one or the other is dying because of leprosy. Can you please help me? This man's anger was to the peak. He just spits onto the bowl what she was holding. You and me, you would have told Amma, Appa, Akka, everything. Dog, donkey, everything you would have used. Within that reflects microsecond, she picks up her hanky which was stuck here, she wipes it, she folds it. I will have this lovingly. But still, if you can help the poor. That man was shaken off. He just drops down and he holds her leg and he says, please forgive me, I don't know why I told what I never would have told in my lifetime. And what I did, I shouldn't have done in my lifetime. And that was transformation. And that man was the most important person who was responsible to actually expand and start the chain of hospitals. So like that, when you have already made up your choice, I want this, it is not your responsibility. God will create incidental events, just like this today's incidental event, and help will come. And He will just carry you along. But if you give up on that, what you want to achieve, even He cannot help. Because choices He cannot make. Who should make the choices? You should make the choices. Now asking yourself, are you in the right place in order to make these choices? Definitely yes, you are already in the right place. Why I am telling you are already in the right place? Because there cannot be a better pedestal than being a commerce student or an art student. Because there are hundreds and thousands of career options. There are hundreds and thousands of career options, even if you are a commerce student, and every career option has that ultimate positioning and also has an entry level positioning. Choice is yours. Even if you pick up Avalaki Buvalaki and then do it also, every vertical there are people who are earning 1 crore, 1.5 crores per year. At the same time, there are people who are only earning 10 to 15,000 as a monthly and maximum 1,50,000 per year. Why? Because their belief system is so small. God did not come up to them and say, hey, you cannot. Don't take up this choice. Never God came and told that. But the moment you decide, no, my belief system says I can only become this, God will also say Tathastu. Always remember, even in our Hindu culture, we are always being told, there are actually devils and angels living with us. It's a coexistence place. The moment you say anything positive, immediately the angels will come and they will say, your wish is my command, master, and it shall be fulfilled. It is like a genie. You rub it and the genie comes and he says, your wish is my command, master, and it shall be fulfilled. Repeat after me. Your wish is my command, master, it shall be fulfilled. Maybe if that angel speaks Kannada, she will say, Tathastu, whatever you wish shall be fulfilled. You decided, I am going to get 99%. Every academic year when you start, nobody gets into the academic campus thinking, I want to be the last. No. Each and every one of you sitting here, you get into the campus saying, I want to be the top. I want to be the topmost. And you get inside. But you are not able to remain there. Why? Because the choices what you make are not taking you into that direction. Because there is pain. I need to wake up early in the morning at 4 o'clock. It is a painful experience. I don't want to do. So what happens? The choice what you made will take you away from that 99%. Every day I should keep a target of minimum writing 20 pages. If I have not written 20 pages, my day is not done. But it is a choice. But are you ready to execute that choice right from today? No. Why? Dushman kahan hai? Andar hai. He will not allow you to do. He will say, go and watch Big Boss. Okay, go and watch Big Boss. And there, somebody is going to win. And what is that you get out of it? You also know, they also know. They are playing a mind game with you and you are falling for that. They are actually treating you like a dog. Big Boss will come. Okay, then one more will come, Pushpa. Again will come. These are all mistakes. I mean, one more time I will watch. So what is happening? Choice was there everywhere. Choice was there even for Abdul Kalam ji. Choice was there even for Mother Teresa. Choice was there even for Draupadi Murmu. Choice was there for even this Narendra Modi. But they took up a painful choice because they knew initial pain will give permanent pleasure. So every time you stop at a encountering situation where you will have to make a choice, ask yourself, is this choice giving me pleasure? Let me not do it because I know initial pleasure is permanent pain. Is this choice actually giving me pain? I will take it up. But do you know the beauty of this? Anything which is painful will not consistently remain painful. Anything which is pleasurable will not consistently remain pleasurable. I cannot use any other example. Father should excuse me. Why? Because this example you can actually understand the right way. Initially, one smoke used to give me a kick and I used to feel, ha. But after a few days, it doesn't work. I need two. But that two, which was giving me that kind of a pleasure, after some time it becomes 3, after some time it becomes 4, after some time it becomes 5, after some time it becomes 10, and still you are not satisfied. You want a better kick and you get into something else. That is what social media is doing to you. That is what TV and films are doing to you. He will come up in Pushpa 2 with one more who antava. And you also don't know, I also don't know how much of time we would have wasted there. Why? Pleasure. We want more. Are you happy with Pushpa 1? No. We want something better than that. Anything which is pleasurable today will not remain the same pleasure tomorrow. You need a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. This is on the negative side. We will keep it aside. In the same manner, anything which is painful today, tomorrow will not be painful. Because you are volunteering and doing it, volunteering and doing it, volunteering and doing it. Slowly a day would come when you will feel, "Arey yaar, getting up at 4 o'clock is convenient for me. I'm not feeling painful at all. I'm actually feeling happy." Can you change all your painful experience into pleasure? That means your mind has grown beyond you. Or else your maturity is 0. This conversion you will have to bring, irrespective of whatever it is. So when we talk about, I want to get into a better career options. Yes, there are hundreds of career options. But most of the time, don't choose this career option in a negative manner. Let me tell you, at least 95% of you choose what you choose just like this. 10th standard exam is over. Father, mother, or uncle, mummy, somebody is sitting in the absence of somebody and you are having your breakfast. As you are having your breakfast, a discussion is happening. Magle or magane, what do you want to take up? Papa, Appa, Dad, what do I want to take up? Mom will get a beautiful idea. Mom will say, "Pakkad mane Radha idaralla." Okay, pakkad mane Radha. ಅದೇ ಕಣೋ SSLC ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವಿಬ್ರು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು? ಅವರ ಮಮ್ಮಿ ಅವರು ಫಸ್ಟ್ PUC ಲಾಯಲಾ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು. ಒಂದ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡು, ಹೋಗೋದ್ ಬರಕ್ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನೀನು ಅದನ್ನೇ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡು. ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ಡನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಡನ್. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ PUC ಬಂತು, ಮುಗೀತು. ಈಗ ಡಿಗ್ರಿಗೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಶುರು ಆಯ್ತು. ಈ ಸತಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಶುರು ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಮಗಳೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, "ಮಮ್ಮಿ, ರಾಧಾ ಲಾಯಲಾ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ BCom ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾನು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಲಾ?" "ಸರಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಬ್ರಿಗೂ ಹೋಗೋಕ್ ಬರಕ್ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ." ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತು, ಜಾಬ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು, ಈಗ ಗಂಡು ಹುಡುಕ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ರು ಕುಂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. "ಅಮ್ಮ ಏನೇ ಅಮ್ಮ, ಅದು ಲತಾ ಯಾರೋ ರಮೇಶನ್ ಮದ್ವೆ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾಳೆ, ನನ್ಗೂ ಹೋಗಕ್ ಬರಕ್ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ರಮೇಶನ್." Guys, all of you are laughing, but this is how your choice has been. Herd mentality. What is herd mentality? I am not ready to take up the actual direction which nobody else has taken. I would love to follow one more sheep. That is called as herd mentality. Today ITBT wouldn't have grown so big if herd mentality would have been followed. Today Amazon wouldn't have grown so big if this herd mentality would have followed. What is Amazon? He is a simple delivery boy who delivers products. Does he manufacture any of the product? None. Does he service any of the project? None. Does he have any idea about any of the product? No. What is he? Delivery person. Who earns more? Neither the manufacturer, nor the researcher, nor the service person, but Amazon earns more. Why? He had that vision to see between lines. He could see business between business. That's a beauty today. Like that, there are a lot of scope for you, irrespective of whether you are a commerce student or an art student. Only thing is, you will have to make a choice, and your choice has to be something that when you share with your friend, they should say, "Oh, do you think you will achieve that?" Then it is a choice. Instead of that, that will not be your choice. Always remember this. There is a beautiful saying, where there is a will, there is a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. No. The way is always there. Do you have the will? From the same college, ranks have come. It has already happened. But do you have the will? Right now, sitting at this chair, I am making this choice. She has got second rank. I will get first rank. There is already a way. But do you have the will? Your will is shaken up. And God also tells the same thing. In my book, there is nothing called as denial. Delay will be there. But if you give up before I come and deliver only, if actually she gives up, no, it's enough. I cannot take such tantrums. I will stop this machinery of charity. It wouldn't have happened. He was thrown out of that moving train just like he was a street dog who has got into a shit and got into the compartment. It was not intentional. The train was moving. He had to attend a court. Not attending the court will always be a negative on his career, because as a lawyer he has to be with the client. When he was in an helpless state, without looking at what compartment it was, this man gets onto a moving train. Only after he got in, he realized that this was meant for the whites. It was not meant for the browns and the blacks, because browns and blacks, we were treated as slaves. At that moment, his only intention was, can I jump out of this moving train? But the train had already picked up the speed. He could not. He had such a bad, horrible experience until he could reach the next station. They started treating him like a street dog who had got into a shit and got into your house. Just like that, they chased him all around, and before even the train could stop in the next station, he was pushed. At that moment, he only got two thoughts. I'll commit suicide. Enough, life is not fair on me. Sometimes life today will not be fair on you, because he's put you into that cocoon to transfer that little worm into a butterfly. For that little worm to become a butterfly, it had to give you this pain. And at that moment, he also gets one more thought process. He never had any intention of freedom fight. He never had anything which he wanted to do selflessly. As a selfish person, he was there working for himself, and he wanted to have his family and enjoy his personal life. That is what was his vision. And one slap from the life, he transforms himself and he takes up a new turn, and there was no looking back. A very ordinary Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi becomes the greatest father of not one nation. All the countries treat him as father of their nation, because he was the one, and that was a turning point for Britishers to actually give up everything, and they had to move. And that would be possible because he believed so. Clement Stone very beautifully told, if you think you can, you can. And if you think you cannot, you cannot. The choice is yours. He will not give up, but you will always give up. If you give up, he also cannot help you. He is just a co-author of your destination. When you strongly believe in him, you will have to hold on to that. That's all. And always remember, the age that you guys are in right now, this is called as the most sacred age from the time you are born to death. Just like early in the morning, before the sun rises and after the sun rises, we call it as Brahmi Muhurta. And that is the time when the church bell starts ringing. That is the time when Allahu Akbar is called. That is the time when all the temples start ringing the bell. Because at that moment, the energy in the space is very, very high. The entire environment will be filled with so much of positive energy. With little efforts, you can get maximum benefit out of it. But on the other side, there are other times when you put all the efforts also, you get no solutions at all. So that is called as the most sacred time, and that time has to be utilized in the most positive manner so that your entire 24 hours will be an happy picnic for you. But that pain has to be taken, because sleeping early in the morning is such a beautiful experience. But if you want to really experience permanent pleasure in future, you should volunteer that way. In the same manner, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, this is called as that Brahmi Muhurta of your entire life. Right now, the choices what you make will define your future, how happy and how settled, how rich, how superb you are going to be. The choice is in your hand. If you make the right choices, you can definitely see the right kind of results. So, right now, this career guidance is all about you can make a choice, and there is nothing called as denial by God. He is ready to give you. But delay will be there and hurdles will be there. Tendulkar decided he wanted to be a batsman, and it was his one-minded goal which did not change even for a fraction of a second. Abdul Kalam very beautifully told, dream is not a dream where you will have to close your eyes in order to get it. Dream is a dream that will not allow you to close your eyes. That kind of a dream you should have, so that you can hit that bullseye and you can do miracles out of it. Now in the position what you are, let me take up what kind of careers you can always look for. See, immediately after your plus 2, irrespective of whether you want to continue with your academics or not, there is this beautiful city called as Bengaluru who is ready to take up and give you a very highly paid job, provided you have completed plus 2 also. There is a career opportunity there where you can start working, and through correspondence or through online methodology, you can continue with your graduation. That is also a possibility. Always remember, highest the academic qualification, your personality is also considered big, large. Nobody actually speaks on name. Even when it comes to a job, I don't say, I need a Lata for a job. What I say, Yarana PUC student, commerce idre kalsi, I have a job requirement. Yarana BCom madador idre kalsi, I have a very good job requirement in Infosys. They are looking for around 10 people there. Accenture, I am looking for an MCom student. So, your personality is not your name, your personality is your academic qualification. So, having a better academic qualification, you are already will be in a better place in order to seek for good and best jobs. So, for whatever reason, giving up on academics should not be your choice at all. Again, I am telling, between birth and death, if you want to reach the milestone what so many people have reached, right kind of choices have to be made. Giving up on education is a big curse, and dushman, that is what we say, you will become a dushman of your career by giving up. Yes, if the family needs a push, day college you can always do, evening you can work, or day work you can do, evening college you can go, or else through distance education, beautiful things can be done. But if at home there is a convenience, then please do not neglect. Going to a college is a beautiful experience of actually completing your graduation. So the next step will be, do not give up. There are 3 options. You can always work, and through correspondence you can do. You can always work, evening college you can do. You can always work, day college do, and evening part-time job you can go. So that your family also is supported, and at the same time your career also is in a launching pad. The rocket has to keep going high. You should not stop. So this has to be your career path. Not what Radha ma'am has done you will start doing. Definitely not. Next, how do you make a career choice when you don't really know what to do? I will throw some lights. Always remember, all of us are unique. All of us are different. None of us actually are the same, because God does not create duplicates. So understand what is your skill sets. What is that you like to do. There is a special class where we talk about the the 8 intelligence of humans, and based on that intelligence you will have to pick up the career. Right now, on a brief structure, what I mean to say, depending on what skill sets you are good at, you will have to choose the right kind of career paths. And for certain career paths, there are certain skill sets that is required that you will have to develop externally. There is no other choice. Communication skill is a common skill set that is required for everybody, irrespective of you want to start your own startup or you want to work for somebody. So what can I do? Can I work on my communication skills? My English is bad. Can I learn my English skills? You should always ask and do a SWOT analysis of yourself, and you should ask your lecturers or your loved ones who are professionals to do a SWOT analysis on each and every one of you. What is a SWOT analysis? It is an analysis where it defines what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. Because strengths will definitely help you to make assets, but weaknesses will always become a threat for you. So what you will have to do, your teacher will be the right person to say, I think you're bad in English, why don't you learn English? I think you're bad in actually computer skills, why don't you learn computer skills? I think you're bad in emotional skills and reasoning skills, why don't you learn emotional skills and reasoning skills? I think you're bad in basic mathematics, why don't I learn basic mathematics? Today everything is available in just one window, free of cost. And there are certain jobs which expects you to have aptitudinal intelligence. So you can learn this aptitudinal intelligence. After BA, when I want to write an IAS, IPS, any such competitive exams, it's aptitude. You will have to learn. Anything that is not learned, you feel like it is Brahma Vidya. But the moment you learn, everything becomes a Koti Vidya. Right now, if I say, how was your SSLC exam? You will say, the most difficult exam was SSLC. But you complete first PUC, you complete second PUC. After that second PUC, on the way when you are going, you see an SSLC student. Ma'am, exam bande. You call him. You take his paper. Idu one paper. Actually, research says this paper was more difficult than your paper. But still, for you, this paper is very easy. Why? You've grown beyond. Anything that you acquire beyond, your knowledge also grows. So yesterday what was actually Brahma Vidya, today becomes Koti Vidya. Why? Because you have passed that. When you drop at +2, your actual job seekers will be a big gathering and with little jobs. When you go to the next level, the gathering will be less and same kind of equal jobs will be there. And you qualify still more higher, you will again have very less people and jobs will be more. So the higher the pedestal you climb, you are always very close to the best job, you are very close to the best salary. So please don't give up on this. So that is where we talk about, does it seem like a big hurdle? Definitely not, I'll try to help you out. Let us look from BA and BCom students, what is that career planning? First we will say, as a Bachelor of Arts student, every commerce student can definitely get into many of the Bachelor of Arts career also. IAS, IPS, you can also do it. So irrespective of whether you are a commerce student or an art student, you are capable of doing. There is a beautiful career in education and teaching. Sir is a principal, he comes from an educational background. You could also. I am a personality development trainer. I also come, a BA also would have done, a BCom also would have done. But all these external skill sets I have learned from an external world and then I have updated. So you can make career in education and teaching. You can always look for opportunities in social work and counseling. You, as a commerce art student also you can become a counselor. As a commerce student also you can become a counselor. You can get into a lot of government jobs. Because some of the government jobs they are ready to take +2 students, some of the government jobs they are ready to take SLC students, some of the government jobs only eligible for graduate students. So like that you can always get into civil service exams and government jobs. You can become a policy analyst, public affairs consultation, local government position, you can work in BBMP, you can work in BSNL, you can work in BESCOM. So there are plenty of opportunities. But every opportunity today has an entrance test. So you should have the technical skill sets, and every opportunity also will have an interview. You should have the right kind of interview facing skills. Because between the job and you, there will be something called as an interview. And in that interview, they will only select if you are smart. If you are not smart, they will not select. In that interview of 10 minutes, they are going to observe how is your communication skills, how is your personality, whether you carry a positive personality or not. They may ask so many questions to identify your personalities. They will find out your emotional intelligence. They will find out whether you are a team player, or you are a one-man army, or you are actually a team personality. So these kind of skill sets will be analyzed, and only then the job would be given to you. So keep this in mind when you make a choice. For art students, you can get into journalism and mass communication. And again, I am telling you, +2, even if you are a commerce or an art student, you can get into BCA, you can get into BCom, you can get into BA. But sometimes some colleges, BCom, commerce background only is expected. For BCA, science background only is expected. But there are some colleges, they take anybody. Please keep this in mind. And you can get into journalism and mass communication, you can get into advertising and public relationship department. You can also look for digital marketing. Today is the world of digital marketing. Everything is happening online. So if you can become a digital marketing expert, sky is the limit. Even commerce student can get into becoming a ChatGPT engineer. How many of you know what ChatGPT is? It is a reverse of Google. What I mean by reverse of Google, if I have a question and I ask Google, he gives me 1 crore information, and one by one I'll have to keep scrolling the page in order to collect the information. And sometimes everybody felt, "Arey yaar, why don't you exactly give me what I want?" And that exactly what I want is being given by a ChatGPT. Today, ChatGPT is capable of doing everything under the sky. That is also one of the career you can look for. There is beautiful options. It just needs you to be good and excellent in English. Always remember, being computer smart right at this age, your maturity on that actually grows. It should not be, I just learnt driving and now I want a job. It will not work. Your Ajji will not accept. Assuming you learnt a 4-wheeler driving, and then you come and you go to Ajay. Ajay, Uti go gan banni Ajay. Nannodi driving license tago bandidini. Ajay ene ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಮಗಳೇ ಮಗನೇ ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಒಂದ್ 2-3 ವರ್ಷ ಓಡಿಸಾಡು, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರ್ಗೂ ಬರಕ್ ನಾನು ರೆಡಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Understood? You guys, English communication is something which has to grow from a seed to a tree. Computer skills is something that it has to grow from a seed to a tree. Public speaking skills is something which has to grow from a seed to a tree. When will you develop all this? No, graduation mugile I will develop. No, right now is the time where you will have to make that seed choice. Or else a chai wala will die as a chai wala. A paper boy will die as a paper boy. A tribal woman will die as a tribal woman. And this exchange program teacher will only be a teacher, and she will die as a teacher. Why? Choices were not made at the right time. Whenever it comes to career counseling, always remember there is a time for everything, and everything has to be done in that time only. Repeat. There is a time for everything, and everything should be done in that time only. Video is fine? Everything should be done in that time only. And after
It's running out of battery.
okay, it stopped.
No sir, around 19%.
Irli, adu paravailla. 0 adaga I'll use another mobile and I'll join both, and then I'll give you this video. Yavatana charge kammi adre, watch this video. It will automatically charge you, because I will be pinging you from all the directions and it will work. Charge will automatically come. And again I am telling you, if you don't watch, dushman kahan hai? Andar hai. You are the dushman. Why? You did not watch. You did not make that choice. So there is a time for everything, and everything should be done at that time only. At 21 and 22, you should become a tree. Then you are holding a seed and you are going, I'm a seed, give me a job. I'm a seed, give me a job. grandma hige driving license sikkide ba Ooty gogana, Kashmir gogana. Will it work? She will say idiot, stupid. She will say. So what should you do? You should have planted that seed when you were now. And today's class is not coincident. It's incidental. God has sent me to hit your heart because each and every one of you are capable of doing that miraculous thing. But the choice C is in your hand now. You take up the right C, you will hit that bullseye. If you don't pick up the right C, then Dushman, happy ho. Neither your mom, neither your teachers, neither your neighbors, neither your brothers. It is you and you alone who is responsible. So like that, there are a lot of career opportunities. 50 jobs for Bachelor of Arts students, where I can give you names of people who are earning 2 lakh, 2.5 lakh as 1 month salary. But what is your mindset? You go to a shop and you buy the fish thinking my pan is so small, so let me buy a fish which will fit in there. Idiot. Aske iddostu kaal chachadalla. Kaal eshtiде ashtu aske maadsu. That is intelligence. No, ನಾನು ಕಾಲ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ sir. That is stupidity. You cannot do that. So, it is very important. See, in civil services, there are people who are earning 1.5, 2, 3 lakhs, and their perks which come from the government, it would be around 5 to 10 lakhs. Perks for a driver would be there, a car would be there, lot of helpers would be there, a policeman will be there, a gunman will be there. That's greatest. Being an IAS, IPS officer is the greatest gift that you can give unto yourself. Be a dose to yourself. Make him an IAS officer. Can you promise? I will make myself an IAS officer. That's a promise you will have to make. Because no neighbors will come and make you an IAS and IPS officer. You have a choice. You will have to pick up that choice. You can become a journalist. There are people who are journalists who go per visit and they get per day